Makes it kind of weird when we're in the middle of something. Right? Ring, ring, ring. Good afternoon, Cross Timbers. Today is Tuesday, April 17th, 2012. This is Texan TV News, a product of the Texan News Service. I am Mike Daniels. In today's news, a plane returns to London's Gatwick Airport, Hostess brands to work out contract issues with employees, NASA fires an employee, local soldiers come home, a live interview with SGA candidates Adam Joyner, students at Tarleton muddle through registration, a live interview with SGA candidate Samantha Landers, with weather and sports. According to the Associated Press, a Virgin Atlantic Airways plane from London's Gatwick Airport bound for Florida returned to London for an emergency landing on Monday. Over 300 people had to be evacuated from the plane, and 15 people with injuries were taken to the hospital. Reports of a small fire on board the aircraft prompted the pilot to return to London and evacuate the plane. In a prepared statement, the company said, due to a technical problem, the captain decided as a precautionary measure to immediately evacuate the aircraft. The airline did not specify what the technical problem was, but did say that the crew did not see or smell smoke. 15 people were injured during the evacuation and were taken to a hospital. A spokeswoman for the airport said that the airport was shut down for more than 90 minutes while passengers were taken to safety. Virgin Atlantic Chief Richard Branson tweeted an apology to those on the plane, assuring them that the airline staff was doing everything possible to help the passengers. According to the AP, Hostess Brands is in contract negotiations with their workers, a union rep that is hoping that the contracts can be worked out before having to involve bankruptcy court. The company filed for bankruptcy in January this year, citing competition, pension, and medical costs. Workers have yet to approve the company's final offer. Ken Hall, General Secretary of the Teamsters Union, says his members will walk off the job if the court throws out the contracts. Hostess Brand CEO Greg Rayburn says a strike will force a shutdown and liquidation of the company. Even though the union sent a counteroffer on Sunday night, Hall said, I don't think we'll hear back. Hostess Brands, which makes Twinkies, Wonder Bread, and other popular snack foods, said that the union's changes to the proposed contract are not enough for the company to get out of bankruptcy. Despite the contract negotiations, it was revealed earlier this year that 11 company executives were given pay hikes, 80% in some cases. Hostess says that 8 of those 11 executives have agreed to sharp pay cuts, and the remaining 3 have left the company. Hostess is based in Irving, Texas. In Los Angeles, NASA is being sued by a former computer specialist with the Jet Propulsion Laboratory. David Coppage is suing NASA for wrongful termination, claiming that he supported intelligent design as opposed to evolution. Intelligent design is the idea that life is too complex to have evolved through evolution alone. NASA maintains that Coppage was let go because he was a combative and engaged coworkers in discussions about intelligent design at work. He even handed out DVDs on the subject. Closing arguments took place on Monday, and the case will be decided by a Superior Court judge rather than a jury. 100-plus soldiers with the Texas Army National Guard returned home recently. They were greeted by friends, family, and the community. After having been away for a year, men and women with the 111th Engineer Battalion and the 176th Engineer Brigade came home to Stephenville. Sergeant Michael Welch is glad to be home with his wife and 2 daughters. This is the best. I don't know what to say except the feeling I have right now is bliss. Paul and Rachel Ganther have spent little time apart in almost 30 years of being married. He served as an Army chaplain. She said, I am so thankful they are all here, well, and in one piece. God truly is good. Virginia Carroll was on hand to welcome her son back from his second deployment, saying, it's good to have him home. Specialist Karen DeCou of Brownwood held her nephew and fought back tears when she said, I just want to go home and hold my family in my arms and never let go. And now, here's Megan Lofton with SGA candidate Adam Joyner.
Thank you, Mike. So, Adam, what are some of your strengths, and what qualifies you for this? Probably one of my strengths would be an effective leader. Basically having congruence, a person that can talk the talk and walk the walk. And help people out in certain situations in any way I can, help other organizations. What kind of qualifies me for the job is probably having a voice for the Charlton students. Trying to be a liaison between faculty and staff. Trying to get what accomplished for other organizations on campus.
Okay. And what platform are you using?
Platform we're using, we strive for your success. Basically, we strive for every student, to help them be here every 4 years that they possibly can, even maybe 6, just depends. Just basically, helping them, like I said, be a voice and just helping them, have an easy transition from, their freshman year all the way up to their senior year.
Okay. And what changes will you make if you win?
The changes, if I win, we'll probably review the bylaws, try to, be more effective in SGA, try to be more forward, be more effective in other organizations and try to help us grow and help other organizations grow as a whole.
Okay. Thank you, Adam. Back to you, Mike.
Thank you, Megan. It's spring at Tarleton, and that means advising for registration. Students are lining up to have questions and concerns addressed. The Advising Center has streamlined this process by encouraging students to sign in on a computer upon arrival in the center. Students are given the option of waiting on site or inputting their cell phone for a text notification. The students who opt for the text notification have 15 minutes after receiving the text to arrive at the Advising Center. And now here again is Megan Lofton with SGA candidate Samantha Landers.
Thanks, Mike. So, Samantha, what are some of your strengths and what qualifies you for the job?
Well, my top strengths are definitely responsibility, organization, and positivity, and all those kind of mesh together to make me a really effective leader so that I can follow through with ideas and planning and get everything done.
Okay.
Also, sorry, what qualifies me for student body vice president, I forgot about that, is my experience. This year I've served as the co-director of the Freshman Representative Council on the SGA Executive Council with Scott Harrison, who I'm actually running with. And so through this year we've been able to work together. We put on midnight breakfast, if you went to that, had some purple pancakes, and also 6th grade day away. And we've helped develop 25 awesome freshmen into great leaders.
Okay. And what platform are you using?
Our platform this year is kind of centered around the word connect, and we are wanting to connect students back to the university, connect SGA back to the university. We've been kind of disconnected, and we want to get more involved with the other organizations and be more out there. Also, we're connecting students to the future, and what that means is that every decision that we're going to be making this year will be laying the foundation for SGA to be even more successful in the years to come. And finally, we're connecting students to the community because we think that SGA has the potential to do some really great things for the community and give back and say thanks.
Okay. And what changes will you make if you win?
Changes, obviously we're going around the word connect, making connections. Obviously we're here for the student body as a whole, and we want to start that off with connections with a firm executive council, and we want to build that so that we have a strong Senate, a strong House, and ultimately a strong student body in the end.
Okay, thank you, Sammy. Elections are open today through Wednesday at 4. Be sure to vote on a Tarleton-owned computer. Back to Mike.
Thank you, Megan. In sports news, according to the AP, Al Jefferson of the Utah Jazz took to the court against the Dallas Mavericks and scored 28 points, tying a career high with 26 rebounds on Monday when the Jazz beat the Mavs 132-121 in triple overtime. Dirk Nowitzki scored 40 points against Utah for a second time, but was unsuccessful in the third period. In today's weather, the high for today will be 70 degrees with a low of 52. Today's pictures were from FoxNews.com, EmpireTribune.com, DallasMavericks.com, and Crushable.com. Today's broadcast was produced by Megan Lofton, Sharon Trimble, Rafael Sanchez, and Andrea Berry. You can follow us on ustream.tv/user/Texan News Service. Don't forget to tell your friends about us and become a fan of the Texan TV News.